I apologise once again for the audio of this video. I'm just going to start all my videos with this for the time being. I'm having some technical difficulties and my laptop is at the laptop doctor because she broke. She broke, which means we're on camera audio today. This is not normally how I film my videos. If you are new, normally the audio quality is a little bit better, but please stick around, please be patient, please and thank you, big love. So, I want to get that over and done with. I don't like filming videos that I know aren't going to be the best quality, and I'm very sorry. But I have filmed and uploaded every single day for nearly 2 years, and I'm not giving up now. Today is a video, it's kind of like a part 2. I did a video earlier in the week talking about eyeshadows that I really want to pan in my makeup collection, and halfway through that video I realised that they were all shimmers. So today I've gone and found all mattes. This wasn't the plan. It was originally just meant to be one off-the-cuff video, but I thought, you know what, we could turn it into like a little bit of a 2-part little series, so that's what I've decided to do. I've got 10 matte eyeshadows that I really want to project pan. Some of these are, how do I explain this? They're kind of like categories of, we'll get into it, it'll make more sense. It does not make sense the way I've just put it. But just before we do jump into the video today, guys, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. I do bright, fun, colourful makeup here. I love chatting about my life, about stuff and things and all that exciting stuff. Today, this Get Ready With Me was talking about my recent ghosting situation. So I did a video last week talking about how I got ghosted, but the plot has thickened. The plot has thickened. I needed to talk to you guys about it. So I think it would have been a few videos ago. I'd have done a Get Ready With Me. Watch that after this because it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna jump into the video. So first of all, I am gonna start off with one of those like category of products. So this is the Beauty Bay Desert Haze, and the shade that I am talking about today is the shade Sirocco, and this is a lid setting shade. This counts for all lid setting shades in my makeup collection, but for the sake of this video, I can only include one. I probably have about 50 lid setting shades in my makeup collection, but this, yes, this shade is just kind of a representative of all of them. I have to set my lid every single time I do an eyeshadow look. My makeup aesthetic, my makeup style, it's just what I like to do. You probably won't be able to see much when I swatch it because it is the colour of my skin. I always find it better to set my lid. I know some people don't like setting the lid, some people do like setting the lid. It's all about personal preference. To me, setting the lid just means that my eyeshadows blend a little bit better. They don't get stuck on the tacky parts of your eye primer. They just really seamlessly blend. It kind of depends on what is more important to you, the pigment or the blend. That's normally what I tend to think, but I love using a lid setting shade, and that means I use it every single time I do my makeup, which also means I get through a hell of a lot of them. I currently have a lid setting shade in my Pan That palette, which is the most firmly pressed eyeshadow I've ever used in my life. It is really firmly pressed, which means I'm probably going to be panning it all gosh darn year, which was not the original plan. I originally thought I could get through that shade super quick because I do use it every single day, and clearly not. So it's kind of held up my progress in my lid setting shade arsenal of eyeshadows. I feel like every single palette has a lid setting shade and I'm just chipping away at them slowly, but this is more of like a boring one. I'm going to start with some more neutral shades and then I'm going to get into the more colourful shades because that's what's more exciting to me. But lid setting shades, not that you can really see, are definitely shades that I love project panning because they're quick, well, quick if it's not the Pan That palette shade that I'm working on right now. They're easy, they don't need much thought, they just get through them. So I love panning a lid setting shade. Next is a neutral eyeshadow, which again, kind of counts for everything in this category. This is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Mini Sugar Eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to talk about the second shade in this palette. It's a beautiful taupe. I love taupes. If I'm going to be doing a neutral look, 99% of the time it's going to be a taupe, and I just love them. This shade is beautiful. This is the perfect neutral shade for me. If you are keeping up with Pan That palette, you will know these kind of cool tone taupes are my jam. They are so pretty and I love them. I know that I am quite warm toned naturally. Hang on a minute, where have my fairy lights gone? Hang on, have they been off this whole time? 1 minute. They were on for my past 2 videos. I've filmed 2 videos today and they've been on. I don't know what happened there. I'm so sorry. There we go. That's better. Anyway, taupes. Mwah! I love them so much. I know, that's what I was going to say. I know I'm quite warm toned. Apart from my eyes, if I close my eyes, my hair is quite warm, my skin has a yellow undertone, so you'd think that I gravitate towards more orangey neutrals, but no, I love how cool tone taupes look on me. I would love to project pan this shade. I would have absolutely no worries project panning this shade because again, it is also quite loose in the pan. My Pan That palette cannot relate. I chose, side note, I chose the worst Pan That palette in terms of like formula because that thing that thing goes on forever and ever and ever. Kick Up, we don't know her, but taupes I love so much. This one just represents everything that I want to pan. This palette is so beautiful to me. I mean, I could take or leave this purple and this pink, but oh, when ABH came out with this, I was so excited. And I mean, this shade, stunning. Okay, the last of the neutral shades now. Now, this is a single eyeshadow. In the shimmer version of this video, I did talk about single eyeshadows as well, so I thought it was only fair to incorporate them in this video too. Now, I don't have any B-rolls for my single shadows. I have over 200 of them. Doing B-rolls for each of them, I'd be here a lifetime. So this is the shade Prowl from Barry M, and this is a really nice neutral deep brown. This would be a perfect brow shade for me. I love using eyeshadows in my brows. I don't actually use any actual brow products in my brows. I just use a shade like this. And again, one of these shades is also in my Pan That palette as well. This shade is perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Look at my hair. Look at that. Stunning. Beautiful. These shades I tend to really go through very quickly as well. I use them every single day. And not only do I use them in my brows, I also use them with these taupes as well to really deepen the outer corners and to really get that kind of contrast and like levels in my makeup. I love these shades. I use one of these shades every single day. I love to fly through them really, really quickly, and this shade I would love to hit pan on. It would be another really, really easy shade for me, and because brow brushes are so tiny, they really make it easy to hit pan on because you're using such a tiny, tiny, dense amount of product that it kind of tunnels down really, really quickly, but that does mean it takes a hell of a long time to expand that pan. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, you know? I'd love to hit pan on this, as well as all the other deep browns in my makeup collection, because they're just easy. They're quick for me, they're easy, no thinking, and I could get through them really, really fast. If they aren't pressed to oblivion, which Colourpop, you do. Okay, so they're all the kind of neutral shades that I really, really want to pan. Now let's talk about some colourful matte eyeshadows that I would love to hit pan on and project pan in my makeup collection. Let's start with the P. Louise Stack 'em Up palette. This is the Talk is Cheap. This is a beautiful blue and teal palette, and I'm going to talk about the shade Money Moves, which is the second shade. It is a bright light teal, and This is stunning. This shade is like neon. If you watched my previous one of these videos about the shimmers, there was a bright neon teal shimmer in that video as well. This I have the same feelings for, because look at that. Oh my god, I think it's stunning. This as a pop of colour, even with these taupes, would look so beautiful. I love a pop of blue, a pop of teal, I'm so into my pops of colour. Like, I know I do a lot of just pure colourful looks, but I've started getting into more neutral looks with a pop of kind of thing. This is the perfect pop of kind of colour if you're into these greeny tealy blues. Do a very, very neutral smoky eye, this on the inner corner or this on the lower lash line as just a little something, something. Or if you're feeling brave, you could do this all through the crease with a matching shimmer, big liner, big lashes. Oh, now you're talking. I think this is such a stunning shade and I would have so much fun at project panning this. I will say as well, I probably should have said this at the start of the video, I'm not actually including eyeshadows that I currently have in project pans right now. So no pan those eyeshadows, no pan that palette, nothing like that, because I just wanted to talk to you guys about dream products I want to pan. If I'm already panning them, there's not really much point in talking about them. So these are shades that if they rolled into pan those eyeshadows, I'd be a very happy bunny. This palette is quite neglected. I have hit pan on this shade, Get Up and Grind. That was in a project Level Up when I used to do that project years ago, but the rest of this palette really hasn't been used that much, and I really think it should be. This is kind of on the chopping block. This, I don't really know if I want to continue with this in my collection in 2026. It's one of the palettes I put aside to use and really get to know, so hopefully I can make some really nice looks using this palette and decide whether I want to keep it or whether I want to declutter it from my makeup collection. But this shade, I mean, you can see it is so pigmented and bright and beautiful. Maybe it will be staying just for that shade, who knows? But I will be doing another chopping block get ready with me very, very soon, so definitely subscribe and stay tuned for that. I know you guys love those videos, there's another one coming. Okay, next let's talk about the Pastel Roses Moonlight eyeshadow palette. This is a palette that is half very me and half very not me. Again, I love the cool tones, I love the grunginess. The pinky purples aren't really my thing, but the shade I'm going to talk about is the shade Blue Moon in the top corner. I love using these kind of shades as last transitions in some neutral looks. So if I did a look with, let's say, these two shades, then put Blue Moon just as a last transition, as a little hint of something a bit different, something a bit colourful, but not too colourful. I love these shades for that reason, and I mean also it's blue. Hello, I'm Caitlin Costello. I love blue eyeshadow so much, and that is what that one looks like. So it's a colourful shade, but it's not neon. And that means I think this would be so easy to hit pan on because it can go with these more taupey shades. It can also go with more like periwinkles, and you know what? I love how periwinkle looks. A monotone periwinkle look is something that I've really been enjoying over the past few months. I had a periwinkle shade in my Pan Those eyeshadows before I did the refresh, and it really got me inspired with periwinkles. I never really used them before, but this would go so well with those shades. I think this shade would look great as a pop as well. I'm going to say that so much in this video. A pop of blue just in the inner corner, or if you're doing a very, very neutral look. Even if this goes all over the crease, again, beautiful. I think this shade would be so much fun in so many different looks, colourful and neutral. A little bit of a pop or a standalone shade. I think this is gorgeous, and it is quite a soft shade as well, so I don't think it would take too long to hit pan on. Even using it in conjunction with some of these other shades from this palette would be amazing. I did do a look with this palette which I really, really liked, and hey, it's the Pastel Roses. So we all know the quality is going to be absolutely amazing and stunning and gorgeous because this is one of my favourite brands of all time. You can get 20% off with code CAITLIN20. That is not affiliated. I don't earn money from that. That is just for you guys to get some money off. I think this shade would be the best shade for me to pan in this palette, matte wise. I mean, if I could pick a shimmer, I mean, probably this blue as well. Shocker. Who's shocked? Not me. Next, let's move on to another favourite indie beautiful brand. This is Titanium Foxes, and this is the Poppy Storm eyeshadow palette. This is one of my favourites. I mean, Titanium Foxes and the Pastel Roses together, dream team. And I'm going to talk about Poppy Loading, which is the murky green in the middle bottom. This is different for me. This is something a little bit different. If it was up to me, I'd just be putting all the blues and taupes in this video, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. I feel like this could go with a lot of different looks, and I feel like this could also go with that deep brown that I spoke about before, like this shade. I feel like this kind of green has the potential to be a little bit of a neutral, everyday kind of shade. I feel like I'd have a lot of fun with this, even if it's just these two shades, deepening out with this, putting this all over the crease, and maybe even finishing it with a taupe. I like to sandwich colours in sometimes. So sometimes if you have a colour and you don't want it to be too much, you can sandwich it in between two more neutral shades that are in the same colour family, and it will kind of tone it down a little bit. I feel like that would be a great way of using this. I've got into using greens a lot more recently. I used to not use greens at all, but I feel like a lot of summer releases have been green leaning. So I'm thinking the Beauty Bay Desert Haze has some greens in it, the Agate Temptation from Singe, the Autumn Alva from Odens Eye. Like, there's a lot of green palettes that have come out recently, and it's really pushed my creativity, and I actually quite like how green looks on me now. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Is it my go-to every day? No, it's not. Blue will always be my colour of choice, but this I think would be a really, really fun eyeshadow to work on. And especially in this palette, there's a lot of more kind of grungy, warm tones that would go with it so well. Like these two or these three in a look would be so beautiful. And it's definitely a shade that I've not delved into that much, and that makes me want to use it even more. That makes me really excited to see what I can do with these kind of shades. I've got a lot of greens that have been neglected in my collection, and maybe this is the time to get them out, use them, abuse them, love them. And I mean, this shade is stunning. It is so unique. It's definitely like a sicky, mossy green, which, beautiful. Let's talk about a single again now. Now this technically has pan on it. So technically I have panned it, but I cannot do this video without food videos from J Star. I do censor J Star. Someone laughed in my comment section the other day and said, I love how you censor J Star, because I just don't want to say his name. We've been through it all. I don't like J Star. I don't like anything about him. This shade, it's stunning. It's stunning. I'm sorry. This bright neon pop of yellow with any look. I did actually talk about a bright neon chartreuse in my last video, the shimmers version of this video. This doesn't swatch very well. I will just say that now. It does not swatch the best. It's swatched okay, but on the eyes with a like dense brush, this is the perfect pop of colour. I will just do another swatch just so you can actually see it. And these two together, this green and this bright neon, oh, I love doing a bright neon pop. It is my favourite, and more specifically a bright yellow neon pop. Sign me up every single day. I love it. I was saying in my last video about the shimmers I want to pan, doing a super deep blue smoky eye with a pop of bright chartreuse on the inner corner. I've done that look before and I just want to do it again. As soon as I thought of that look, I thought, yeah, I want to do that again. And this does have a pan on it, but I mean, I just want to pan it more. I just want to pan it more. It's not often that you get an eyeshadow that you have hit pan on and you still want to keep using it. This is definitely one of my favorite shades. It's so creative, but it contrasts with almost anything, and that's what I love about it. I love contrasting color stories. Oh my god, this yellow and this teal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like they just look amazing together. I think yellow looks good with any other color. It's a very rare color, especially like the bright neon yellows. It's very rare that you will get a color that will just go with absolutely anything. Like, think of a color right now, put this next to it. Yeah, it looks gorgeous. Yeah, it does. I love these kind of shades so much, and I wish I could, I mean, hit pan on this 10 million times. I'm going to keep using it. I do pull this out every now and then just to complement some looks, but this is the original bright neon pop of color that I tried, and I've loved it ever since. I do actually have a loose pigment from the Pastel Roses. This is Miami Sun. This was one of the first shades that I got from them, and I mean, I love it. As a pop of color, gimme, gimme, gimme right now. So that shade, if you sat me down and said, Caitlin, I'm so sorry, you have to finish this shade, I'd be going, don't worry, babe, don't worry about it, I love it. You're fine. Okay, let's move on now to a palette that I have actually mentioned in this video. This is the Agate Temptation from Singe Beauty. This is Angelica Nifis brand, and the shade I'm going to talk about is the shade Banded. From the very first time that I saw this palette, this shade in particular jumped out at me. And it's a very similar story to food videos. They look quite similar. This one is definitely more green. Let's swatch them next to each other and really see the dealio. They are very, very similar, but this as a pop, oh, they are my favorite types of mattes. The mattes that you can make into like this fun pop that you're not really expecting. I love, as I said, contrasting color stories. Contrasting a look with a pop is always such an amazing thing to do, and especially when it's these bright neon beautiful shades, and especially when it's paired with these kind of more warm toned oranges. And then this, oh my god, I really want to do, I still want to do it, it's still on my radar, a really deep smoky red look with this on the inner corner. I would die. I would die. It is still on my list to do. I will get round to it eventually, but I really, really like this palette. This is one of those palettes that really challenged me. I wasn't expecting to really, really love it because I don't reach for these shades very often, but honestly, I really, really do. It's challenged me in the best way possible, and I love it for that, especially this shade up here. Oh my god, are you kidding me? These two shades are kind of very, very similar. I would use them in the same kind of ways. I love them in the same kind of ways. Bright, neon, pop, fun, punchy. I would love to project pan that. If that got rolled into a pan those eyeshadows, I'd be so happy. Stunning. Okay, let's talk about the next shade. We've got two more shades left to talk about. This is from the Odens Winter Alva eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to talk about the shade Wool, which is the last shade on the third row. This is a beautiful denim-y blue kind of shade, and this in the winter, oh my god, stop it. I have used this shade quite a lot. It's this shade here. I think that this is a neutral. This is, again, kind of like this periwinkly blue. It's colourful, but it's still neutral, so you can get away with it, you know? This all over the lid with like a beautiful sheer topper. Or this all over the lid with this as a pop, or this as a pop, or this as a pop. Yes, yes. This is not a pop kind of shade. This is definitely a main look kind of shade. But how stunning would this look just on its own, all over the lid, smoked out? Or you can really deepen out a lot of blues with this. If you have a lot of blues that you're panning, which I do, I have a lot of blues this is a really great way of kind of neutralizing them just a little bit, just making them a little bit more smoky but not too colorful. I feel like sometimes if you use a deep blue to deepen out a blue look, it can get very bright, very, very blue. So if you're not wanting to do a full-on blue look, use this to start, or even use this with a taupe. Oh my god, this blended out with like a light taupe, beautiful. You've got that hint of blue, but it's nothing too crazy, it's nothing too out there. Oh my god, I'm getting so many ideas right now that I want to wipe this makeup off and like start again, you know? That's when you know you're doing a good video, when you get so inspired, you just want to go for it. This whole colour story, should I make a palette with this colour story? I think that would be great. I think that would be a great palette. I think this shade is just absolutely stunning. I would love to project pan this shade. There's a lot of shades in this palette that are great project pan contenders. Like this shade Scarf would be brilliant. It's just a super neutral shade. This shade Frost I would love to pan, but I think when it comes down to it, the shade Wool is the way to go. Stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. And that means I have one shade left to talk about, which is a single. This is from the Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette. It's the shade 6. This, very similar to that periwinkly shade that we used before. I do always try to do different shades, but I mean, I had to. This doesn't swatch very well, so I'll just go in again. These two shades would actually work so well together, these two. Oh, with like this as a pop, 1, 2, 3, these last 3 in a look together. Killing it, killing it, killing it. This again, colourful without being crazy in your face. Like I love crazy in your face makeup, but not to project pan. I think if I had crazy in your face makeup to project pan, it would get quite a lot. I do in fact go out like I get quite self-conscious going out with crazy makeup on. Like this makeup I love. I'd go out like this, I don't care. But like, you know, this is a brilliant going out, but still colourful, but still feeling cute, but still feeling rainbow. Like, you know, this, oh my god, I love this whole colour story. This reminds me of that Kaleidos palette that came out, like the flower, I don't know. No, I don't know what it was called, but it kind of had the same energy, I think. Maybe I'll look at a picture of that and go, what the hell was I thinking? But I think so right now. I love this. All of these shades I would be more than happy to project pan. I think they are beautiful shades. What do you think? What matte eyeshadow would you love to project pan in the future? But this is it. This is the end of this video. What is your favourite shade on here? I would love to know. Comment down below all your thoughts and opinions. But with that being said, this is where I'm gonna love you and leave you today, guys. Definitely like and subscribe. It really boosts me in the algorithm. YouTube has been really mean to me recently, so any help is greatly appreciated. And I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.